Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We bring you stories of faith, love, and devotion. Yeah, just kidding, please help us grow by hitting that like button. Now on to the story. WS never stopped living a double life, needs support. Hello/surviving infidelity. Long time lurker, first time poster. I figured it's about time I become an active member of the community. To give some background, my 24M ex-partner, 24F, of 3 years actively cheated on me over the course of a couple months with my former boss, 40SM. AP was a friend to us both in a very rural, lonely area. We did home improvement projects together, played board games, and on multiple occasions, he even mentioned that he loved me like a son. I did not think either of them were capable of this behavior, but I guess true colors are often seen through actions. I had left for a short period of time to pursue a job in a different state, to where WS would be accompanying once I found a place, but it ended up not working out. I quickly found another job, but it still required us to move from our current house. I returned home and noticed odd behaviors. Phone was now always face down, I would be excluded in events, and she would unexpectedly not return some nights. It would be chalked up to their bond over similar mental illnesses or because I wouldn't have joined either way. Everything had some excuse that I foolishly accepted. We even had a game night after they had been secretly sleeping together. I thought we were in a rough patch due to the lack of a support system in that area, the stress of moving, and mourning the loss of our first home. I looked at the positives and was excited to be moving to a location with established friends and family. WS continued the charade by going on multiple friend trips with me that I paid for, accepted a job in the new location, and even co-signed a lease on an apartment. I thought things were looking up. D-Day was June 3 ND. I found out through some snooping because I couldn't ignore the obvious signs any longer. WS had the nerve to be upset because she was just about to come to me with it, and this confrontation ruined her new job orientation. Give me a break. I was given the standard runaround of blame shifting and rug sweeping. To my own demise, I kept trying to pull her out of the fog. I didn't know at the time, but she continued living this double life and told both me and the AP that each other were out of the picture. She lived with me on the weekdays, closer to work, and saw him on the occasional weekend with excuses that I would foolishly buy into. At a certain point I thought she was well past the affair fog. I saw some signs of remorse and embarrassment. I thought she wanted to work on herself and us. I thought I would be able to forgive her despite the months of continued manipulation, duress, and abuse. She came to me and admitted the further extent of the affair. She told me stories about how she kept trying to back away slowly because of the fear of his mental instability. It finally ended with him showing up with a gun and yelling at her for being a bad partner. I was told that was it. AP reached back out like nothing happened and she continued to conversate with him. She just went to Thanksgiving with his family. When asked why, she said she didn't know, and she hates herself. AP is under the impression they are and have been together and exclusive. I was under the impression that there wouldn't be any more of this behavior and we were exclusive as well. I told WS she needs North Carolina with one of us immediately. I made no promises about the extent or next steps, just that I won't go complete North Carolina. She agreed to break up with him. Tonight, I sit waiting for the results of the conversation she had over 3 times already and expect some sort of different outcome. I irrationally anticipate some sort of resolve, something to make me feel a little better, but I should already have my answers. I know what advice I would give a friend, to you all, but I don't have enough strength to take the proper plunge into North Carolina. I am fooling myself with these baby steps to build myself up. I know deep down that this new version of her is undeserving of my love. The second chance was more than gracious. Why won't the heart and mind agree? I welcome the type of responses I am anticipating. I think it's about time I read Leave a Cheater, Gain a Life Again. Hey op, I'm sorry you're going through this. You already know the answer. She's a lost cause. Please do not waste more time on her. Focus on rebuilding your life. Going off the beaten path a little. It's okay to not be ready to throw in the towel. You've seen what you need to see, know what you need to know, but there's no law saying you have to make a final decision right this exact moment, or that if you don't do it now you can't do it later. You probably are wasting your own time and heartache, but the heart is a tricky thing and hell, it's your time to spend. If you need to stay balancing on the tightrope a little longer to convince yourself that you are not going to enjoy yourself there, that's fine. Less chance of being hoovered back in if you're truly sure when you do get around to ending it. How many times in your life have you had to exercise your heart and brain in trusting a person to harm you? You probably practice a lot of trusting people to not harm you, even when you have no reason to believe it, like literally every time you meet a new person, but rarely the other way around. Hope feels much better, and it's the muscle we exercise most, so it becomes the default and that's hard to break. But until you practice believing that someone will continue doing what they've always done to you, you'll be weak in your decisions and boundaries. Work on believing that she is who she is and it won't change. In the meantime, invest in condoms before the old boss sends home something other than a paycheck. Thank you for this perspective. I'm going to keep this comment close to me. I need to internalize the work on believing that she is who she is and it won't change part. Hope does feel great, but ultimately leads to disappointment time and time again. It's been a common, unwavering trend. Before I found all of this out, she casually mentioned that he got a vasectomy. I stupidly accepted the excuses she provided for how she got that info. Hindsight. We hope that by sharing these stories with interested folks like you, we can help people recognize the signs of a relationship in trouble, and avoid so many of these heartbreaking situations yourselves. Have a good day or night. Wherever you are.